Exactly. Bonetail's rarity is 1 in 17k.
Easy 30 points if you do get him, though. 30 points for one boss, come on. That's 3 bosses for one. And they're off. Aquana's going to start by grabbing the first item and checking the shop right away. And looks like dalerben's grabbing the same exact item. Except he's going to go around the back and grab the other items.
I don't know, hopefully that doesn't bite Aquana. Him getting the gate handle room.
Mm-hmm.
And a good crepe, definitely a good sellable item.
Yeah, a shroom crepe is actually worth 100 coins, which is very valuable in this. 100 coins can buy you really essential items. What they're basically going to be going for, well, there's different strategies which people usually opt for: Mega Rush and Power Bounce, and try to pull Chet Rippo to drop your HP to 5. You have 20 minutes before bosses spawn, so you have 20 minutes to prep. And Aquana actually does have the gate handle room, and he's going to go ahead and farm on these lava bubbles, which always have 4. And he does get a nice gale force in there too, blowing all 4 away at once. And now Aquana has found the boat curse room.
Definitely a good room to find.
It's pretty much a free and easy 6 points when you land in this room, since you get the black key from the fight in the same room.
Absolutely. Just using a flurry to blow them away. Easy, easy.
And the okay thing about leaving a straggler staying behind is that these things do not have very high HP, so they're not that hard to take out if one ends up staying behind.
And Aquana,
like there.
That one. Who unfortunately looks like he has Zap Tap.
Dalerben smacking Wacka.
Oh no, normally I
Poor
wouldn't
guy.
go for that, but if you have that one spot, I guess that's viable.
Yeah, you can hit him. He'll drop pretty much anything for you. So it's a guess, because you do have to walk to it every single time.
You are
Aquana.
correct. I'm sorry.
Aquana is actually cleaning up that fight really easily, so that's going to be a free 6 points on his side.
You are correct. You do lose a key point when you use that key, but you kind of get more than you got originally, so it's kind of worth it. Sorry, I'm reading chat as well.
That's alright. Wacka does not have many hits left. Maybe 1 or 2. Yep, and he's gone. So he will not be appearing anymore in this run for dalerben.
At least he found some decently valuable badges. If he can find Gore 1, he should be set on money.
Yes, getting back to Gore 1 later on in the run is very valuable, because you can sell all the high badges for a lot of coins, and having coins in this is very essential. Allows you to buy all the items you need.
And Ben going ahead and grabbing that key so he can fight Boo later.
And Aquana actually does have a good inventory of items. He has Jelly Ultra, I think, a Shroom Crepe, a Zest Deluxe was actually 60 coins. He just got a jelly there, or a jelly candy. So that's a good amount of coins. Even if he can't get back to Gore 1, when he finds his first shop, he'll have a good amount of coins to start with. Ben actually finding a gold bar ×3, which is the best item that you can find laying around. It sells for a whole 300 coins.
Getting himself a Quake item also, but not the one that you want in this situation.
Yes, the one you really want to opt for is Quake Hammer.
Absolutely.
Mega Quake costs 4 BP, which you need a level to even equip it, and you need another level to even use it because it costs 7 FP. But it does 10 damage to all enemies on the ground. Aquana choosing not to mess around with the shine blocks in this room, which is understandable. You have to dodge around the spinnies to actually hit both of them.
It's like Ben farming yet another whack spot.
And he gets a Honey Ultra. His inventory is looking really good now. And a Spaghetti. That's worth 30 coins, I think?
Absolutely. He just needs to find himself a shop now.
And another jelly item. This man's just getting a bunch of good items to sell. And Ben's still farming it up. He's smacking that hammer so much right now. Hitting Lacquer with it and hitting that spot for it too.
Ooh, and a nice little free Mega Rush P. Might help him determine which route he needs to go.
Now I'm wondering what Ben's going to go for. He usually goes for the Power Rush and Power Bounce. But since he has a Mega Rush P, I wonder if he'll actually buy more, if he'll go for Mega Rush, or what his plan will be. I usually don't see him go for anything else but that, but he's very consistent in his runs. And actually hitting that block to get a good amount of coins out of it. Most people would just hit it just to get the shine block and leave.
He's sitting at almost 600 coins. He's definitely where he wants to be.
And that gold bar ×3 he found earlier really helped him out with those coins. And he gets a shine sprite too, so he can use that to upgrade a partner later.
Absolutely.
5 points.
Aquana fighting the second best shop in the game.
Yes, and that's something that you have to search for too. Not just items. So you have to find a good shop to actually buy these items from. There's a lot of shops that are arguably a lot. Well, there is some shops that are a lot better than others. Like this is the second best one. The best one being MRI07, the shop in the Bogley tree, where you can spawn in the middle of the room to see all 6 items right from spawning. And there's Power Rush in that shop too. I'm pretty sure he's going to go ahead and buy quite a few of them. So Ben's going ahead and clearing out his inventory.
Definitely don't blame him. He needs that space for boo sheets and other items.
If you have an inventory that's full of, items that aren't worth so much, it's best to just get rid of them as soon as you can.
Absolutely.
So it looks like Aquana is actually going to go ahead and buy the Power Rushes. He's probably going to go for the usual strategy of Power Rushes and Power Bounce, and hopefully pulling Chet Rippo so he can stay in danger. If not, he's going to have to find ways to get himself into danger before going into boss fights. And Ben actually finding... Go ahead. I'll let you say it.
The Ultra Boots. My bad.
It's okay. My bad for, you know, almost talking over you. I'm just going to go ahead and grab that key, because why not? It's literally in the same exact room. It's just a free point.
Absolutely. It doesn't take too much time to get either. Quantifying himself a point swap. Definitely a good item to have.
Definitely, because if he keeps his FP at 5, he can just use point swap to get himself into danger.
And finding Quake Hammer looks like all he needs is power bounce, and he's all set up.
And then he just needs his levels. Oh, and he's got boost sheets in the next reload. Things are looking very good for Aquana. Which I do want to say, his luck sometimes can be really insane.
Did find himself a star piece for that free point. 2 rather.
Ben's really taking advantage of these spots where you can keep getting items from.
I gotta say, I'm learning something new. I apologize.
It's alright. I didn't know myself that you could use the
little thing you can hit with the hammer in Hay 13 on the right side over and over again. Same with this tree.
Hey, I mean, free items are the best items. Getting another Mega Rush P, it looks like, unless he just decides not to, that's going to be his route.
And Aquana actually finding power bounce. I don't know if he bought it already. I was watching Ben. Looks like he may have bought it already. Yes, he does have it already. I look away for a second. I miss him buying power bounce.
Yep, once Aquana gets those levels, he'll be in metaphorical go mode. Ooh, and unfortunately rolling the pit.
As pits, you actually have to fight the enemy if you want to get out of her. And the thing about pit is you cannot reload the rooms to keep refighting the same enemy over and over again. Now he's in a bit of a pickle. He has to use 2 Zest Dynamites to get past this.
Ooh, the one spiny getting lucky.
Enemies getting lucky is just the worst feeling.
So do you start with the strange sack? I don't remember. Someone's just asking.
You do start with the strange sack, so you can hold up to 20 items at the start. Well, Aquana is actually getting his first level up off that, so it's pretty convenient.
Absolutely, and also put him in a good place for later. 38 XP is not bad at all, or star points rather, excuse me. Same thing.
So Ben's still farming those items up, and Aquanis is looking for a room to level grind in.
Absolutely, the players definitely need to get the grinds out. They're getting close to boss time.
We only have about 8 minutes for each player before those bosses start coming out. You do not want to spawn into one of those ones unprepared. That's a nice trick that Ben does that I wish I could do. Opening the chest to see what the item is and reloading it. I'm surprised he can see it. I can't even see it.
I can barely
I'm glad
see
he can see it. And Aquana actually resetting his sequence too. Grabbing that blue key. So as long as he doesn't up it, he can go ahead and level farm all the way up till time bosses spawn. He does have point swaps, so Chet Rippo's not a big worry. But it'd still be nice to pull them in case he runs out of them.
He just needs to find himself a good room. One of the moon ones, or plausibly the ice level. I'm sorry, I don't know room names yet.
Well, Moon 1 is good. AGI 13 has the X-Naut PhDs on the left. Bamo 4 has 4 Frost Piranhas, on the right side. This room is also used for level grinding too, but you can't exactly hit them with Quake Hammer. You'd have to use Flurry, or if you have Ice Power, to multi-bounce on him, or he does have Zest Dynamite, so he might just go ahead and use them.
Been playing the lottery, I didn't see what he got.
I think the lottery has actually been patched out. For some reason. I've been checking it myself, and I haven't been getting an item from it.
It must have been between the last couple updates then.
So it looks like Aquana will use these lava bubbles to get his few levels that he needs.
So don't blame him. You need to get those levels and you need to get them quick.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to be getting too greedy for a really good grinding room. Because these rooms are random. Whether you decide to take what's in it or not is up to you. You can get too greedy and end up losing the run because of it. Ben's sitting at a walk. Yes, and I love that trick too, using Bob Ray to explode the shine block on the other side.
I gotta say, I didn't know about it till the first round of the tournament. Kinda feel bad.
And he's sitting at a whopping 950 coins right now. So what he really needs is a shop, and I think he still needs his levels too. Oh, apparently he still does give you the prize.
Sleepy sheep. And Aquana getting one of those debug badges that we were talking about earlier. I believe he got the runner badge.
So now he's figuring out how to get rid of these other three. There's only an 80% chance that all four of them will be blown away at the same time. So it's pretty common for one to be left behind.
Unfortunately,
at least one.
Luckily for Ben, when he was in the wrestling room, Grubba wasn't there, because let me tell you, talking to him does some really interesting things.
Mm-hmm. And Aquana's used 2 Gale Forces so far, and 2 of them are still sitting around. They're not going anywhere. He's going to have to manually take these out one by one. Which is unfortunate, because that's going to spend a lot of time just killing these two, because you can only kill 1 per turn.
The only thing I would have done different than him is possibly getting Mario into danger already. But he does have that point swap, so that's still feasible for him.
Ben's not going for the items on the left side, which I don't blame him. He's got 5 minutes to get everything else that he needs, and he does get a very good shop, and he has a good amount of coins to boot. He has Quake Hammer right off the bat.
Looks like Aquana's 1 level away from being where he needs to be.
And he does have 10 FP, so I'm wondering how he's going to use those point swaps in the future. If he's going to intentionally use some FP first before using them, or if he's going to use a enemy encounter or field encounter to use it real quick before he runs into a boss.
Ben finding a crystal star.
Very nice 2 points. It's always exciting to find a crystal star. Aquana got rid of the other 2 lava bubbles this time.
Ooh, using water to get himself in danger. Good idea.
Yes, I love doing that. As a person that uses Mega Rush a lot, thank goodness for water.
So I do believe I saw Ben buy Power Bounce, so I'm still not sure which strategy he's going to go.
Oh, and he got his Power Rush now, so
Oh, it looks
It
like,
looks like they're both going for the same thing.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
It's interesting. They'll both have almost the same score going into bosses.
Aquana's just going to be higher due to coins, but that's not hard to make up.
Not at all. One trip into Goro 1 and you might as well just consider your coins maxed. Aquana trying to squeeze through Gus there. I'm actually not sure if it works on the left side or not.
And he's going to accept the Jolene mission. So once he gets back to that storage room, that's going to be an extra 2 points. I apologize for that.
Yes, and go ahead and get that contact lens for that free point.
And as Jin Seeker of Truth said in Twitch chat, basically they're trying to get these items so they can defeat bosses once they spawn really quickly. Because with a bunch of power rushes, they stack.
Aquana getting Flavio, the best follower. Hopefully he brings him good luck. And getting Goro 1 to get rid of his badges, he's going to be sitting pretty, money-wise.
Flavio is tier 1 follower. He's top tier follower. Second is Gus.
Be interesting if Zeph could figure out how to add followers so we get like the cameos from Paper Mario 1 as followers.
You hear that, Zeph? Make it happen. I want Goombario to follow me.
Absolutely. Him get jealous of Goombella the entire time? Absolutely.
This is a pair of Gooms.
Aquana almost getting surprise cannon. He has faster reflexes than I do when it comes to reloading.
And those are one of the 2 rooms that you have to be careful which loading zone you load in for. No, there's 3. There's 2 of the LAS rooms, I can't remember which numbers they have. And there's Gano 8, if you spawn into the top left, you'll walk right into the pile of dry bones.
I got a weird loading zone in the sewers earlier that made me clip through the map. Looks like Aquana's gonna finish out his grind.
And Moon 01 is a perfect place to do it. I just hope that Lucky Day that the Moon Cleft is holding is not going to give him trouble. So far, it hasn't.
I think it'll balance out with the Unsimplifier that one has.
Here he goes, trying to hit it again. And it hits. Whenever I see a Moon Clip that has Lucky Day, I just hightail it. And Ben's leaving the black chest there.
I'm not
Probably
sure.
for a sequence reset.
That is true. It might be more useful later than it is now.
Because he also just now hit 40 minutes, so it's boss time for him. And he got the black key in this room. You want to be careful about manually setting your loading zone in this room, because there's only one way to get to End Barrel 5, and that's the game actually putting you there. And I've never knew about this clip of going through the ground.
I did not either. That, my face there.
And he's assigned to lead the sequence as well. So these both players are sitting on 300 plus sequence, which means they can fight Smorg and Magnus 2.0, Grotus, Shadow Queen, and Atomic Boo if they come across it.
And of course the fabled Bone Tail.
And Bone Tail. I've yet to see Bone Tail. I've heard it got on Dalerben's last match. or last match they actually got Bone Tail, and I missed it.
Aquana unfortunately get in the red room. Unfortunately can't reload to skip the cutscene. But still a free point there.
And Ben's going to go ahead and take this time to get some levels.
Aquana getting Magnus 2.0.
Our first boss of the night.
And Flavio upstaging Mario.
He has to stand right in front. I think the funniest reaction I got from a follower was in a Gloomtail room. I had Gus, and as soon as I entered the room, he just floored it. He just ran right all the way to the center of the room, like right past me. So Aquana does have to drop his HP to 5, but one Magnus Drill Attack will do it. And he's going to go ahead and take that.
Ben getting a close lucky as well, or close call, excuse me.
And down goes the first boss of the night. That is 10 points to Aquana. And he's actually at a very good pace. He has 46 points, and it's only 5 minutes into bosses.
Give him a nice tasty tonic.
That was his drink while he was sitting up there in Magnus 2.0. So it looks like Ben might be using Peril Coops for this level farming. Which I don't blame him. He got those 2 free Mega recipes earlier. Might as well use them.
Absolutely. Even if you're not going to go with that strat, you might as well take advantage of the damage. Aquana setting the sequence of the blue key.
Very nice sequence reset. Since he could only fight Chapter 8 bosses after that.
We'll say, for once in this tournament, I'd love to see a Hooktail. I know it's not going to happen, but I'd love to see it.
Who knows? You know?
Unfortunately, though, Hooktail is one of those bosses that waste time.
Yeah, Hooktail has a lot of text to go through.
Been deciding to be Wario this stream, looks like. And stealing... Oh, missed the steal for money. But Crowd throws him everything in the world.
Every time you see that, you can't help but laugh.
No,
everyone's throwing stuff at him.
Gloomtail is quite common.
Yeah. The thing is, there's a lot of rooms upon visiting for the first time that will up your sequence. So bosses later in the game, like Smorg and beyond, are more common. Because the latest one that automatically sets your sequence is... it's Eki. I can't remember if it's 04 or 00. But it's where you speak to the Toad before going to this train station. And that jumps your sequence up really high.
Aquana getting himself where he can fight Atomic Boo. Let's see if he comes into play.
So Ben is still level farming. And Aquana's pulling ahead quite well. He's got a sequence set for another boss.
Absolutely.
These last 40 minutes are much different than the first 20, because at this point you just want to run straight through and get as many bosses as you can. Ben always pulls through though, so I would not count him out in the slightest.
Absolutely. That's the fun of the randomizer. You never know what's going to happen. Ben can be like me and get Atomic Boo 3 times in a single run or something. Deciding to set a sequence with a curse chest.
I'm actually excited. I'm wondering if we're going to see a world record run from Aquana at this very good pace.
That would be hype, especially during the tournament. And there we go, Dark Oaktail, aka Gloomtail.
I saw some good items in that crowd that Ben just had, and they decided to throw him a spike shield. So this is Aquana's third boss? Or what is it, a second?
Let's see, Magnus 2.0. No, I believe the second.
Yes, it's the second. Finishing him off with a very nice power bounce. He's going to jump up to 63. Plus that extra point from the key that Gloomtail drops.
The good thing about these clefts is you only have to super guard or guard one of them to keep Koops in peril.
It makes it more easier since Koops does have that +1 defense on him, so it's not as difficult to get him into peril as it would be for other partners. Plus his power shell makes it so you can wipe out all the moon clefts super easily if he's in Mega Rush.
Absolutely. Getting almost to the 30-minute mark. Anything can still happen at this point, though.
Ben has some work to do to catch up, but I'm sure he'll pull through. I'm sure he'll make it a close match.
I'm hoping for a three-rounder, personally.
Aquana is either looking for the Shadow Sirens, Grotus, Shadow Queen, or... Oh, there he goes. He gets Grotus.
16 points. Really easy points.
And after getting both of these, he'll be at a whopping 80 points. And he'll only be at the shortly after 30 minutes. And Ben is still going for some levels.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, it's free points and you get yourself set up, so...
Most definitely. It's a 2 points every single time you level up. And down goes Grotus.
For Bowser Candy.
And I'm wondering if Ben's gonna... Oh, Ben still has to do one more fight to finish off those last 2 star points. And I like how he switches his partner out in case a heart actually lands on him after the fight so Koops doesn't get healed. And he's just gonna... Is he gonna use a shooting star to wipe these two out? No, he's gonna use his crystal star. He's gonna use this showstopper.
An easy one to do with good hand-eye coordination. Yes, you can lose points by either losing a partner or dying, or spending coins. There's a couple ways.
I think I know what Aquana's going for. He is going to use those point swaps. He's just trying to use enough FP to get it below 5. Oh, and there goes Yoshi. I wonder what his plan is now. Aquana in a tough spot. His run's going so good right now, too. Ben's still going for some levels here. I'm wondering when he's starting to run out of time to start taking off for bosses. And I hope he didn't get that heart. Okay, he checked just to make sure and he didn't. Alright, here we go. Is he gonna live through this? And he does. Okay, so he is in a good shape. And he gets a free transparent
Nice.
sheet.
I guess that booted aside Cammy going invisible wasn't fair.
He was like, well, 2 can play at this game.
I do gotta say, I miss Bo.
He's gonna go ahead and use one. Just to wait out Cammy.
Ooh, Cammy unfortunately buffing defense. He should be able to kill over power bounce though.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely be able to. Thankfully, she only has 50 HP. Same as Grotus. Grotus got the same amount of HP as an old lady Magic Koopa.
To be fair, Grotus is supposedly how old?
Extremely.
Looks like he's continuing to grind.
I'm wondering how many levels he's actually going to grind out for.
On a roll. I believe that's this one of the chest rooms anyway.
I think he's just using this to get into Power Rush. Yep, now he's running away. I'm pretty sure he's going to start taking some time to go for some bosses here. He only has 27.5 minutes left.
Good. He's finally up.
Oh, and he gets struck because he became... Okay, and he super guarded it. He's fine.
Ben needs to find a way to lower his sequence, and quick.
Once you hit that pause menu, if you stand there for a while, you become vulnerable to first strikes again. So you gotta be careful there. And Aquana's actually gonna go ahead and take this black key.
Absolutely, set your sequence really low. We could potentially see Hooktail. I doubt it though.
Nope, but he does get Magnus.
I gotta say, I haven't seen this Magnus fight yet in one of these.
It's a nice fight indeed. You never get to see his pink color in this. And there he is. And Ben choosing not to item farm in this room for good reason too. It takes quite a bit of time for the crane to actually go grab anything. That is, if you find anything worth grabbing.
Absolutely, unless you find a crystal star right away or an item that you really need.
Ben does have a lot of work to do if he wants to bring this back.
Wonder if Aquana will get all 3 Magnus fights. If we can fight Pirate Magnus, then be fantastic.
His name's Crump.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Pirate Magnus would be cool. I mean, you just have to change his color palette and put like a little eye patch over the hood. So that's another 10 points for Aquana.
Exactly, Gib. Pirate Magnus is technically Magnus 1.5. The robot's just the ship.
He gets an extra 2 points off the level up as well. Which means he'll have to find another way into danger yet again. I don't think either player has actually gotten Chet Rippo yet.
I believe either. Aquana sitting at a nice 95. Ben really neat. Oh, Shadow Queen will help him get a score up.
I know Rabbit Wolf, we do play the randomizer a lot, so we do know a majority of it. We just don't know we don't know as much as these players do. These players are on the top of the leaderboard, for sure. I'm rank 8, so I know most of it, just not all of it. And yeah, as Win said, there's links for it already. It's just, there's a command for it.
Unfortunately, I'm ranked 19 out of 20. No, I'm kidding. I'll get there one day.
And Ben's actually finding Shadow Queen as his first boss, as someone wanted.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We got it.
Going for the bombery.
Yes, because the bomb squad will actually activate text boxes 2 and 3, so he just needs to be able to survive one turn. And Aquana has to fight his way out of this pit room. I'm wondering if he's going to take the moment and let the Pokey hit him for a bit to get into Power get into Power Rush. He's deciding to kill both of them right away.
Ooh. Well, I don't believe he had Ultra Boots, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Ben has Ultra Boots. Aquana does not have Ultra Boots. And he's deciding to fall into the water. Still my favorite strategy.
Absolutely.
It's taking some free damage, no pressure.
Where'd Ben get all those crystal stars?
He's had him this whole time. So once Ben gets through this fight, he'll close the gap by 25 points. Still has quite a bit of work to go, though, as Aquana has a low sequence yet again, which jumped up because first time he entered this room, and he does not have Super Hammer.
Oh yeah, that's right, he does not. Unfortunate for Aquana.
I don't think either player's actually got a Dormon. I'm not calling it Toe 03. I'm calling it a Dormon. Calling it by the loading zone. He does got the super boots. So later on he can break the panel in MRI 17 to lower his sequence if need be. And grabbing that, his sequence is up just a smidge to fight Shadow Sirens.
Only unfortunate thing about Shadow Queen is the time she takes.
Yes.
5 whole minutes, I believe.
You get 20, that's why you get 25 points out of it. Is this all the time it takes?
Ooh, Aquana getting Shadow Queen.
So I think Ben is actually going to take the lightning bolt here to get into danger. If those hands don't attack this turn. Who are they going to grab? And they grab Ben. Oh.
Unfortunate. Does he have a life room? Oh, no, he does not.
And that's what we were talking about. You have to have a way to get into danger reliably.
Yeah, good old trial stew or a goodly time point swap. Unfortunately. Chet Ripper would have done wonders.
And things are not looking good for Ben at all. He spent a lot of time getting his level still. And now he finally gets first boss Shadow Queen. And he dies to her. After all that effort of getting through the first phase. And he gets a Gora 1, which means he can grab the Super Hammer, unlike Aquana. Super Hammer, Ultra Hammer, what am I saying? Which means Ben can leave the Super Hammer alone for sequence resets, unless he decides to go ahead and grab it.
Oh, it doesn't look like Hammer resets sequence, unless it is 400.
Yeah, once you get into the Shadow Queen room, your sequence is set to 400 immediately. It changes to 405 after you beat her. So Aquana's got to live through this. Oh, that was her third attack. Okay. I was watching Ben grab the Ultra Hammer. So I'm wondering how Aquana plans to get back into Danger Mario after this. He may use a Bushi and then stall out for a moment just to get his FP below 6. And then just use a point swap.
Definitely wouldn't blame him, especially at the pace he's at. I would protect as many points as I possibly could.
So I'm pretty sure Ben's taking this moment to get back into danger. He may take off after this. He is. He can reload instantly to save the coins from dropping. But no, he's going to let them drop. But he's going to pick them back up. Well, 2 of them back up. So you can reload instantly to keep the coins from dropping. And he finds a nice little crystal star.
Hiding in the bushes. Never would have looked.
The random places those can pop up. And here goes Aquana into phase 2 of Shadow Queen. He has a lot of FP to drop if he wants to use that point swap. So I'm wondering what his plan is. Is he gonna be hype and use a mystery? No, he's not. I'm pretty sure his plan is just going to try to drop as much FP as he can. He's going to have to use Bushi. And he's running low on Bushi. He only has 2 left now. On Ben's side, he's going to be looking for a sequence reset. But he can get back to Shadow Queen again since his sequence is at 400.
Right. His choices right now are Shadow Queen, Bontail, or Atomic Boo. Excuse me.
Yes, Atomic Boo's open now since he does have the Ultra Hammer. So I wonder if he's going to do something cheeky and use point swap on Yoshi and then use point swap on Mario. Like, once Yoshi's HP gets low, Yoshi's pretty much dead at this point. Now he can safely use point swap. No, he used the Bushi on Yoshi!
Definitely a questionable decision.
I think that was just a mistake, because you cannot super guard this attack, and that does 14 damage. So both players ended up dying on Shadow Queen.
Oof. Unfortunate for Aquana.
And it just feels so bad watching players die to Shadow Queen, especially in this when you put all that work to get into the second phase. More so when you make an accidental mistake like that.
And then the weight of shame while you're waiting on the game to reload. At least we get some good music.
You have to stare at this screen. Just a few seconds to contemplate what you could have done differently. Shadow Queen does take a lot of lives, though. She kills a lot of Marios.
But that may also mean good news for Ben, because he does not have to worry about those 25 points. In fact, he lost 5 points. So he has a smaller gap to close here. And he does... That was, he could have gotten Atomic Boo in that room, couldn't he? Because he has the Ultra Hammer now.
He could have.
I'm pretty sure his mind was only set on finding a sequence reset, which he did now get.
By the way, according to chat, and I just looked it up myself, you can super guard the Shadow Queen Lightning.
Oh, you can? Alright, my apologies. I thought someone told me that you can't super guard that attack.
The timing's probably ridiculous, though. Oh, Aquana choosing not to go for Shea Rippo.
No, Aquana actually did get Chet Rippo. I believe he dropped his HP.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, we were both looking at Twitch chat at the time. Someone said it, so I looked back, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he did get it." So Ben's in a position to be able to find a boss.
Good news with Aquana dropping. I mean, he technically has time to make up 40, 50 points.
That may be exactly what Ben needed. There's still some key items he can grab. There are plenty of bosses he can fight right now.
And that free life room never hurt.
And unlike Aquana, he does have Atomic Blue, even though he did accidentally leave the room earlier. I'm just going to take it as a mistake, because every player would have taken Atomic Blue. His mind may have been too set on finding a sequence reset. He's going to go ahead and grab this black key for the extra point, and if he comes across the curse room, he may as well take it. He only has under 15 minutes left. And Aquana finding himself another boss.
Oh, he got all three crumbs. I called it.
And one of them was actually really rare. You don't see Magnus 1 that often. And now Ben gets Cortez. The fight right before this one.
Cortez unfortunately does take a lot of time because of 3 phrases.
Chat saying, "What the?" in all caps. Yeah, Aquana dying to Shadow Queen. It's a real heartbreaker. It puts a lot of it really downs your morality when you die to something like that. But you still have to keep going with it no matter what. Most players, if they're playing this casually, would have reset right there and then. You have to take what you get. As far as Ben goes, I'm surprised that his score is only 54 right now. He's usually a really great player. Normally he would be way above like this point right now.
Absolutely, like you said earlier, just some questionable decisions and bad luck. He could really use a bone tail right now.
He would feel so great if he got Bone Tail right now. It would be exactly what he needed. And Aquana being a bit... Exactly.
Surprise
both
Bone.
saying it at the exact same time. Those are one of the rooms that you have to be really quick to reload out of. Ben finding himself Gloomtail.
If, like Gibbs said, if it weren't for that Shadow Queen death, it'd be 84 to 99 right now.
Punio, get Gloomtail! He doesn't like walk on him and start like bashing him with his puff. So that's actually going to be... Did Ben grab the key yet? Because he got 10 from Gloomtail. This will be 2 for the level up, and he may get 1 point for the key if he has not grabbed it already. I forget which player grabbed it already.
I believe it was Aquana.
So Aquana getting a free power rush. I wonder if he's going to put that on. He is.
You can never be too strong. It'll help make up if he somehow misses an action command.
So Ben can actually still bring this back. He has plenty of time to find a few more bosses to take the lead. But of course, Aquana is still in a pretty decent position to make that gap even bigger. Oh, and Ben actually gets a nice sequence reset.
Aquana finding Crystal Star.
And he's actually going to go ahead and grab that key.
I do not blame him. He gets every single point he can get.
And he finds himself Cortez again. Perfect. This is why I would not count Ben out in the slightest. He can pull through, especially after that death that Aquana got on Shadow Queen. It's unfortunate that both players took it, but it was more of a bright thing on Ben's part, because now he has a chance to catch up. He's the one that he got an advantage out of that, out of Aquana dying. Then Aquana got out of Ben dying. He's gonna take that stab. It's gonna become a kebab, Mario kebab.
Yeah, if Ben can get bow tail, he'll get back in the lead. We'll see what happens, though.
As a person that uses Mega Rush a lot, I hate it when a bucket falls. Bucket is my worst
buckets cannot
enemy.
make or break you unless you get that super guard down back.
It's like, but I like how Ben, you see, all these players that play this a lot know these little things. Like, he knew to switch and use defend because Cortez used his slash on the back person. Like, he intentionally did that to get hit a second time, to drop into danger. And all these objects are just falling on him.
Aquana has not gotten much points since that beautiful run that ended about 10 minutes into bosses. Once he got that death on Shadow Queen, things have started looking down. But he has a quite comfortable lead right now, and he's going to go ahead and pick all these up for an easy 2 points. Ben's going to get a hard-earned fried egg for his efforts. So Ben needs some really good luck to be able to pull out these last few points to pass Aquana. And he's had a pretty hard run, for sure.
Absolutely. With time running down like this.
And I think he has one of the lowest scores that we may have seen this tournament so far.
I had a 66, sir.
Well, that's one of the lowest. Like most people, we've seen a lot of 100 pluses. For Ben, normally 100 plus is his thing. You normally at least pull 100 out of it.
We've been getting lucky with that Grotus Bowser combo.
And this is going to take some time to get through too. Ben will only have about 5 minutes left after this. 5.5. But he will come out 6 points more than Aquana will out of these boss fights.
If we can get a Bone Tail chat in the chat, we'll see Bone Tail for Ben.
Everyone just needs to like give Ben their power to find Bone Tail.
1 in 17,000.
So Ben's actually going to get a level up after he defeats Bowser and Cammy.
Which could be a blessing or a curse. I mean, it's good for the points, but it wastes a little bit more time.
So Aquana's sitting comfortably at 116 right now. Sorry, everyone can hear my keyboard. So down goes Cammy. Now he has Bowser left. Does he have any? He does have some boost sheets. Get that out of here. We don't need that Jelly Ultra no more. Audience trying to waste time for Ben.
Oh no, I think it would be interesting if we saw a round go down to coins, though. Want to get in that free key.
Ben has 5 minutes for a lot of work to make up.
40 points.
Aquana may actually win this one.
I don't know if a lot can happen in 5 minutes. He unfortunately does not have time for Shadow Queen, but Bone Tail and Atomic Boo will get him. Aquana get him Magnus 2.0.
Now he's going to be ahead by quite a few points. 30 points after he defeats Magnus.
Ben will need exactly Bone Tail at this point.
Bone Tail for a tie. Both these players are very low on essential items too. But Aquana has the advantage since he did find Chet Rippo.
Aquana getting the level up to kind of seal the deal.
And Ben may actually go ahead and use this for a sequence reset. I'm wondering if he actually grabbed the key yet. I think he may have already. I'm pretty sure that's what he's reloading for so much.
There you go.
He did the fall through the staircase trick. Yeah, he did grab the key.
Using these Koopas to go ahead and get back in danger.
So I wonder if he's going to defend and try to, he's probably going to, he's going to try super guarding one of them. Or not. He changed his mind on that one. He's just going for it.
Yeah, at this point, he just go ham.
Aquana ending up on the moon. And he's not going to level farm it out for the last minute. Ben actually getting the boat curse room. Funny enough, he left this way earlier in the run for a sequence reset, and now he gets it again when his sequence is only 14.
Want to get in the wedding ring to heighten his lead even further.
And he's held on to the Zest Dynamite all run just to throw it at these guys. Zest Dynamite will kill these guys in one turn. It does 7 damage plus 1 for the explosion. So it does a perfect 8 damage to all of them to wipe them out in one turn.
And like Auntie said, if Ben would have jumped on the Koopa, he would be in danger right now.
Oh yeah, that's true too. He gets 2 cursed chests.
He just needs 3 Atomic Boos back to back.
Can we make it a third curse chest? He does have the paper curse black key.
Aquana having an upside down ghost and a really messed up Yoshi.
He's just standing around.
That hurts to look at.
Okay, so I'm mad.
I would be too. Unfortunately, it's not quite over yet. You got 2 more minutes.
Yeah, Ben's still going for 2 more minutes.
Got it.
He needs Bone Tail to tie. Oh no, to win
Don't
at this
spoil
point.
it for him.
Oh wow, really? Let's hope he gets it.
Apologize if you guys can hear my roommates in the background. I told them time and time again to be quiet for this, and they just do not listen. They do not listen. They're out in the living room making a ton of noise.
Good news is I haven't heard a peep from him, so
Good.
Yeah, like, I'm really mad about how Shadow Queen went. Like, I could have done that a lot better had I not increased FP to 15.
Was it you? Because both of you died to Shadow Queen, actually.
Yes.
Was it you that actually, someone jumped on the wrong thing?
I did not jump on the wrong thing. However, I used Boo Sheet on Yoshi instead
Oh, yes.
of Mario.
That's
been
what
getting
happened.
Smorg at the last minute. Will he take it?
He does not have much time to... Well, the door closes behind you in that room, so he kind of has to. The only down thing is he does not have point swaps or any way to get into danger.
But, I mean, the beginning of that run, it was really, really good. Like, I was finding cash items, like, one after another, and it was like, holy crap, this is amazing. And then I got, like, a good shop, so I'm like, okay, this might actually be a good run. And then I was able to grind in DOU 2, and, like, I had everything ready. But the one thing I was missing was, you know, good old Shea Rippo.
Like, we were actually, like, excited. We were wondering if we were actually going to see a world record on stream in the tournament.
It was, I mean, it was on track, but, like, after Shadow Queen, it was over.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the fact that I didn't get Super Hammer or Ultra Hammer, like, once was pretty bad. Like, because of that, I wasn't able to fight Atomic Boo, and I got Atomic Boo not once but twice.
All right, let's get Ben in here. All righty. Aquana, actually, if you would you pull up the info thing for us as well?
Sure. Did you want me to, like, explain that to chat or something?
It's just we didn't get in the first time we've been talking about it, so we might as well. For people
Okay.
that
We went over the points list and all that stuff. I don't think we went through it thoroughly.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
there are-
28 pages. I don't think it's worth it to go through the
No.
whole thing.
We're gonna sit here and go through it. It's already past midnight.
All right, turn
Some people are getting-
turn to page 3, everybody. Turn to page 3 in your text.
Well, I mean, there are some that are specific for this randomizer.
Everyone, open your randomizers.
Oh my god. 50 bonus points for getting Gus upside down. No, but really, like, even if I defeated Shadow Queen proper and I had Super Hammer or Ultra Hammer, and then I was able to get at least one Atomic Boo, that would have only been, let's see, I ended with 130, so that'd be plus 30 plus 40, so that'd be 170, like 171 or 172 at the very most. So it wouldn't have been BB, but I'd say it was still a pretty decent run. Aside from Shadow Queen being just...
Ben's just keep playing. He just wants to kill this thing.
He kind of has to. Well, no, you're right. Oh, there he goes. It's kind of a shame if Ben wouldn't have died to Shadow Queen too. It would have been he would have won.
Oh, he would have won? Dang.
That 25 points gone plus the 5 he lost. So he was 30 points behind. He got 110.
Yeah. Let's not talk about this. Aw, Ben. I'm sorry, dude.
I'm sorry, Ben.
It's okay. It's okay. You got another chance. You got another game.
I believe in you, Ben.
If you want to jump in chat, Ben. If not, it's cool too.
Why did the hand spawn? Oh, the
yes,
dead hands?
that's what happened. He used the Thunder Rage to get rid of the hands, and on the same turn, the dead hands, and they pulled Mario down. And that's what killed him.
I see.
Welcome back, wins. Alrighty.
All right.
So whenever you're ready, we might as well move on to the next round.
Absolutely.
Okay. Is Ben ready for round 2?
Well, let me check.
What was my score? 130. It could have been 170 had I not played like a freaking idiot, but you know, them's the breaks.
What's heartbreaking is like you both died on Shadow Queen in the second phase. All
Oh,
that time.
you mean the third phase?
Well, third phase, yeah. I mean, like after the cutscene.
Yeah.
All right, Ben's just going to grab some water and he'll be ready.
Yes, let the man hydrate. In any case,
whenever he comes back, we will be ready to go.
Hope you guys aren't. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed that. We got at least one more game for you.
Absolutely. We were talking about hype, but was you got all 3 Crump fights?
Yeah, Magnus 2, Magnus 1, and the man himself.
Yeah, that's true. I did.
I hope everyone's enjoying the commentary. This is actually my first time commentating.
Oh, good.
So it's you guys.
I'll have to go back and rewatch just for your commentary. Then I can, watch myself failing at Shadow Queen again. Yeah, let's do that.
You don't have to. I didn't even watch myself failing at Shadow Queen. This is too much to bear.
Let's totally do that. We're getting some game 3 here, Dale.
Mm-hmm. I am hoping. I
hope so. That would be hype. It's Aquana. Oof, dude, get it right. You're not.
Thanks, E-Tab.
You're not subbed to me, so you're like, you're being dumb.
Then Aquana used Bushi on Yoshi instead of himself.
Yeah.
So you lost because of RNG. Aquana lost just because he pressed that button way too quickly.
Aquana lost because he's a dum-dum.
Aquana lost because Aquana.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, so I need to change the star.
We get some Aquana oofs from my subs in the chat for that costly mistake.
I know your pain, though. Accidentally hopping on Grotus X last night instead of Grotus himself, and I ended up dying because of it.
Gib, I will hurt you.
All right, well, Ben's back. Guess, do you want to hop out? We'll start countdown.
Whenever you guys are ready. There's been quite a few matches in this tournament where -5 has shown up a lot.
Yeah.
3 times in my match.
It's even possible.
When do you guys have to get a -1 score?
Wins. You're really pushing my buttons, buddy. You're really pushing my buttons. This is a PG. This is a PG stream, sir. You do not want to incur my wrath.
Why don't you just take your B button off your controller?
Yeah, how about I take the B button off the controller, eat it, and then I don't know where I was going with that.
Neither do I.
I'm not gonna eat my B button. everybody enjoying looking at Gus's booty?
Absolutely.
Only
It's
if it wasn't in the way.
Gus.
Also, his spears poking right through Mario's eye. That's fun. All right. Okay, well, I guess I'll disconnect now, so you guys can start the next one.
Alrighty. Whenever these players are ready to start game 2, we shall move on. Oh. Well, it's on my mind. I want to ask Ben, when you were at sequence 400 and you got into the room with Atomic Boo, did you leave by mistake? Because you went right down the hole in front of the statue as soon as you jumped up. You had the Ultra Hammer. I was just curious as to whether that was a mistake or not. Yep. The pressure's on in these tournaments. People will not believe. Like, it's much different than playing casually. Like Ben said, you're so used to just leaving to find that sequence reset when you're on such a high sequence. You don't even think about it. So I was going to say, I hope Ben actually wins this one so we can go into a game 3.
Absolutely. I do not mind staying up for it.
Oh, Ben, by the way, the chat was hoping for first boss Shadow Queen, and you actually got it. I wonder what the chat's going to call for the first boss this time. That file name for Ben. I do not blame him. Those dead hands are... That just destroyed him that run. Alright, and we are here on the second match. I'm pretty sure these players are both going to start out the same. Usually once you have a nice fit for what you like to do at the start is what you usually go for.
This time we're going to be hearing Ben's audio.
It's been hopping up to grab that item on top of the shop. And he's leaving. And Aquana's actually doing some dodge work here, trying to grab these shine blocks. Something he didn't do in the first run. He starts off with a Jelly Ultra again.
If he can do it, it'll be hype to see. And oh, good job. Let me refresh my stream. I think I'm behind.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna type it to you. And Ben finding the boat curse key immediately. You will not have to worry about this fight later on in the run at all. I'm pretty sure he's gonna reload for a nice damaging item to help end this fight quicker. So he doesn't want to spend too much time because the time he would have saved looking for an item to help finish this would also be the same time he could have just done it normally.
Of
course
I was gonna say I'd either wait for a high damaging item or something you could sell, but don't take too much time on it.
He may also just be well, yeah, like you said, he may be looking for something to just sell. But he has spent a good amount of time here now reloading for this one item. I know Ben likes to reload for those items to get exactly what he wants. Whereas Aquana is just taking off, grabbing any item he can see.
Finding some nice candy to sell.
Aquana does not actually reload that much for items. He usually takes what he gets. Then again, items he's been getting first time around have been really good items in the first run.
And a good maple shroom for him. He definitely off to a good start with selling all sellables.
So he finds Mujo 1. I wonder if he's going to skip that Mega Rush. I just want to see someone else use it. Oh, and he finds an ink pasta. That's worth a good 80 coins. So here he goes in the shop. Come on, Aquana. And Ben actually finding Mujo 4, which is actually a really good farming room. Because he's putting on the L emblem. You can actually you can lock your press LY for a lock combo and actually lock your loading zone here so it stops being random every time you reload. So you can just keep spawning out of this pipe and keep hitting this tree for 2 random items each time.
Absolutely good for money and good for, because you never know what you're going to find.
No, he left the Mega Rush. Someone has to do it for me. I can't be the only one using Mega Rush.
Going ahead and picking up his power bounce though.
That was a very quick power bounce. He does not have to worry about that for the rest of this run.
Opting to skip the life shroom. I mean, I don't blame him, but at the same time, after last run, I would get one just in case.
So if he gets back to the Shadow Queen fight, I'm pretty sure he's going to take a moment to actually, you know, stop so he can use his item on, you know, whatever he's doing this time.
So ahead and picking up his point swaps.
I myself, I used to opt for, you know, trying to go through buttons and menu mash really quickly, but that cost me a few runs sometimes as well. There's no pressure in slowing down for, you know, making sure you put all your inputs correctly. Because if you mess up, it could cost you a lot of time.
Absolutely. I'd rather have 25 points than -5.
So Ben is just hammering away at this tree.
Wouldn't be surprised if he didn't fill his inventory here.
It's not a bad place to fill your inventory for sure. And Aquana finding his power rush very quickly.
Looks like another good start for Aquana.
I don't recall if he has anything to sell. I wonder what he's going to get from this 10th item. He did not check the sheet. He gets a happy flower. So this is all he can afford for right now.
Definitely not a bad start. I mean, all he needs now is Quake Hammer and he'll be good, I do believe.
And he'll be set to level farm some rooms. Ben finding the red key.
Definitely a good find. Set your sequence in an emergency.
Back to Mujo 4, in case he wanted to up his items again, but he just leaves.
Definitely don't blame him. Oh, questionable hitting. Let's see if he reloads this room over again.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna go for it. Ben likes this spot. He really does.
I mean, he did just get a point for badges, so, I mean, I don't blame him.
Whoa, those are some weird graphics on Aquana's side. For a second there.
Aquana getting the Yoshi Egg follower.
He got touched by the Spike Goomba, so he's now gonna lose a bit of time. He may just go ahead and wipe these out, but the Spike Goomba has a pretty lucky, and he does not work, thank goodness. Because that would have costed more time.
Aquana getting a second power bounce.
Enemies holding lucky badges can be a really scary thing indeed. Because as it says, if they get lucky, that's just more time you have to spend actually defeating that enemy. So both runs at the start are looking pretty similar to the first round. So Ben's going to go ahead and follow this trail here for the card key. No, he's just going to get the item and leave.
Ben opting to have his point shown in his HUD. Good toggleable feature in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. You can see what scores, what exactly he's getting his score from. But you see less of the game. You know, he can reload treasure chests, so his eyesight must be pretty good. It must not even faze him that much at all.
Ben finding a wizard, unfortunately not the one you want to find.
He gets Mua 1. Does he have items to actually farm this room? This is one of the easiest rooms to farm in. He has an Earthquake and he has a Zest Dynamite.
Aquana getting the Ultra Boots and the key.
So now if he gets back to Goro 1, that is a free Ultra Hammer for him, right off the bat. Oh, and the Clef has a Quake Hammer and a Shooting Star. If he gets either one of those, that can mean more star points for this room.
Let's see what he farmed.
He's going to use Trade-Off first to get some extra star points off those guys.
Zest Dynamite, definitely not a bad item to use.
For those in the chat who do not know, Trade-Off actually ups the enemy level by 5, which makes them give you more star points. It does not increase their stats, however, just the star points that you get from them. And he's going to go ahead and leave.
More weird graphics on Aquana's end, and finding the wrong wizard again.
So Ben's going to go ahead and get this free key right here. I wonder if he's actually going to go to the left side and get the items this time. He has plenty of time. Aquana finding a Shooting Star.
Absolutely, but his inventory is full, so I wouldn't blame him if he chooses not to.
Oh, and Ben gets a free Quake Hammer from that block right there. They're both in the same room. Aquana just finding a bunch of free damaging items. So he can freely farm on some enemies without actually needing to equip his Quake Hammer just yet. Which would be good for the first level till he can get enough BP to equip some more Power Rushes. Ben opting to stay here. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was going to say, I wouldn't call this a free win for Aquana just yet. I mean, so much can still happen.
Yeah, like, as we saw, he had a really good pace last time, only to get, you know, so few points in the remaining 30 minutes. And he's going to go ahead and kill the Straggler right here, which is a bit more of a pain to deal with than the Lava Bubbles, because these things have 10 HP. But he takes it out with no problem. Aquana actually hitting the... I don't even know what they call this thing.
I honestly don't either.
Unlike Ben, though, he's deciding not to reload the room. And he pulls Chet Rippo really early. He's not taking it. I think it's because he has point swaps this time. He may just leave his FP at 5 and just swap it out this time.
That is true. With dying the Shadow Queen last time, I leave your health where it is. If he upgrades a partner and gets shed again, maybe do that, but...
And Ben having 2 stragglers this time. He may just run away here. Yeah, he's gonna run away and just up his FP, or recover his FP and try again. That's the thing with using Gale Force, there's only a chance that enemies will actually be blown away. It's not a guaranteed way of getting your levels. I think he's starting to realize that there's much more he could be doing with the remaining 10 minutes he has before bosses spawn.
Both runners now having the up arrow. Good item to have. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll ever get a chance to use it.
And Aquana getting on Muo 6, he may just stay here to get his levels. He has plenty of resources to get as many, as many levels as he needs to. He's going to use his shooting star first. He's going to hold on to that Zest Dynamite in case he needs it later on.
Definitely a good item to have for Smorg, but he does have Quake Hammer, so that wouldn't really apply for him.
So I wonder if he's gonna, yes, he's gonna reload here. And he's gonna take the one on the side, which has a chance for either 2, 3, or 4. So I'm wondering what his plan is here. Is he just gonna go ahead and use the Quake Hammer to finish him off, or no, he's gonna use his Zest Dynamite this time? Because he only has enough BP to equip the Quake Hammer and 1 Power Rush. And that's going to leave him with only 2 FP. And he gets a shooting star, so that's another free kill.
Ben going ahead and emptying out his inventory. Definitely don't blame him, since it is full.
He spent quite a lot of time getting a bunch of items from Mujo 4. Hitting that coconut tree. And Aquana actually gets 4 moon clefts and uses a shooting star to take them all out in 1 turn. That's going to give him his level that he needs. Now he can just equip his Power Rush and his Quake Hammer. So he'll have no need to use his items anymore to confirm these moon clefts. He may just stay here and overlevel for a bit, though he does only have 7 Power Rushes.
And to answer a question from the chat, it's part of the randomizer. It allows them to reload rooms so they don't get soft locked. Aquana getting the super boots.
Yeah, Thorad, this is not your typical vanilla playthrough of 1000 Year Door. It is the Extreme Randomizer mod. I think you can type exclamation TTYD for information, if I'm not mistaken.
Aquana getting some candy to sell later.
We're far from the vanilla game. I don't even feel like I'm playing 1000 Year Door anymore, to be honest with you.
More like 17,000 Year Door.
Bone tail jokes. And Ben's actually going to go ahead and get Chet Rippo.
Getting a star from Crane Game as well.
He has plenty. Oh, and there's a gold bar ×3 there as well. He's going to actually go ahead and grab it, which is a very nice find. Both these items on screen just looks amazing. And he does not go for the crystal star.
Hopefully it doesn't bite him later. Ben getting a gold bar from a Shine Sprite block. Reloading chest again.
He's doing Ben things. Reloading the chest. Funny enough, the Zest Special is what he reloaded the first time. McWanda's just sitting here reloading this one item. Wonder what he's going to stop on. Ben finding the magical map. The funny thing about items in the chest is they load once you open the chest. So if you get a crystal star, like we saw the magical map, it'll be too big, and it'll actually pop outside the chest a little bit as soon as you open it.
Aquana getting another triple bar.
So he'll have a lot of coins. So if he gets back to his shop, he'll be able to buy those extra power rushes that he needs. Because that's the thing when you're at a shop and you decide to buy power rushes. If you don't buy them all at once, you'll have to get another shop to buy the rest of them.
Pray it's one of the top 3 shops.
And Ben's actually having a really good shop right here. The one where you can see all 6 items upon loading. And he gets his power rushes pretty quickly. I envy these guys.
I do too. Very close game at this point.
They'll both be pretty well set up outside of a few badge points. And they still have a little under 5 minutes to go before bosses are out. Time they can either spend over leveling or finding key items or anything else they need to do.
Getting a good look at Ben's prize pool.
And that's one thing, yes, exactly, you can do in this, is you can actually check that little, the point sheet to see what item you'll get from your 10th item. And Aquana, he's gonna super guard both these? Nope. Not the first one. He got the second one, though. He made this hammer the second one, because he has his power rushes on.
Looks like Ben's in a much better spot than he was last run.
Mm-hmm. He's got his items much earlier than the first run. And he's got Chet this time, which was really like put him in an awkward spot last time, because he didn't even have any point swaps. So he had to take damage prior to going into bosses.
Score's going down because he's spending money. You get a point for every 100 coins.
Mm-hmm. And the thing about spending coins is it's not bad to lose points for spending coins, because you can always make those back up. You know, it's necessary to spend your coins to get the items you need. Plus, you know, the score in the first 20 minutes is not as important as the last 40 minutes of it. The last 40 minutes of it, all the bosses you get, that's what matters most. Because you can also find key items along the way, and Ben finding a star piece from this hidden block right here, that's 1 free point. Speaking of free points, I don't think I've seen whoever got the Shine Sprite last time actually upgrade their partner for the 5 points.
I don't believe they did either, and I do believe they got Gore too.
And Aquana actually reloading the star piece.
Ben slightly behind Aquana due to the reloads, but yes, we're getting 2 minutes till bosses.
That's the thing. The more Ben actually finding Ultra Boots again, like he did in his last run. So Ultra Hammer will be an option for him if he gets into Gora 1 again. And about the missyncing time thing, the more you reload the room, the more your time stops, because it pauses between loading rooms. And with how Ben likes to reload to farm those items, it's no wonder his timer falls behind.
Ben in a really good position sequence-wise too for the boss rush. Did I say Ben? I meant Aquana.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I just left it as is.
Well, they're both getting 2 star pieces. I think that's what distracted me.
They're both at the same now, so.
Still anyone's game. I'm really hoping for round 3.
In response to Leslie Pro, in this randomizer, when you pick up one Shine Sprite, since it's so rare to get one, Zeph made it to where it actually gives you 3. So when you get back to Goro 2, you'll have 3 to upgrade a partner, just by getting one Shine Sprite. Just the chance of finding a Shine Sprite in this is so low, it would take a while to get 3.
And a partner upgrade's worth points as well. So if that chance ever materializes, I would take it.
It's a free 5 points. So Ben being very quick to reload out of that, it still would have taken me a second to react. So no, I'm just going to say his reaction time must be what's good and allows him to reload so much.
Aquana getting the second best shop in the game.
And the one below this one would be the train one. Because you can see the items upon spawning in, but one of them's hard to see, and the 5th one is actually covered by the door. So you won't even know what the 5th item is. It's only see 5 out of 6 items. Aquana probably trying to find the rest of his power rushes, and he has 30 seconds until the bosses spawn.
Both runners' times closing in due to reloads, thankfully. Still anyone's match, I believe. Aquana's ahead by coins at this point, so if he finds the item he needs, I think we'll be all tied up.
Oh, and he finds Power Rush. So now he is all set for bosses.
Won't prove me wrong. He did not have any coins.
And he has those gold part times 3, so he's just gonna get those coin points right back. Ben may have Ben may have to stay a moment. I'm sorry, go ahead, man.
Sorry. I was gonna say optimally you want to leave shops with 999 coins, so
Ben will have to take a few moments into these bosses to get the last of his levels. He gets a nice Gale Force there. Not many star points from these guys though, because you only get a bonus if there's 4 of them. So he will not get many star points from these, but both of them are guaranteed 3.
Wait, okay, is there something wrong with Ben's HUD? I haven't noticed it.
Ben's HUD?
Yeah.
Is it not appearing? Or...
I have no clue. Anyway, I just keep seeing things in chat about it. I haven't noticed it, so...
I'm gonna pay attention. Because I know there was a bug I had one time where the HUD would just not appear anymore. Aquana's still choosing to reload. We give us a moment to watch Ben to see if there's anything up with his HUD. He finds his first boss.
Morg. What a boss to find.
And he has power rushes. But is he in danger? Oh, never mind. He has Chet. He's always in danger. So he should be good to easily defeat Smorg. You'll have to take 2 turns to do it, but when you get rid of the tentacles for the first time, Smorg actually stays vulnerable for 2 turns. He stays vulnerable till the end of that turn and the next turn.
Correct. Aquana does not have Chet. He had opted not to use them.
Aquana decided to go for point swap this time. I believe he's actually going to leave his FP alone.
Well, the good thing for Ben is this battle will put him in the lead. And as Hero Win said, this is probably the best boss he could have got without butchering his sequence.
Because his sequence was already like right before Smorg. Since he got the Ultra Boots right before this. Aquana is still reloading. I'm wondering what else he's looking for. He has his power bounce already. He has power rushes.
Possibly a life shroom or maybe even Bushites.
If he doesn't have Bushi, I would definitely agree that he's definitely looking for those. It's that little safety net that you have to keep yourself from getting hit.
Power Rush increases how much attack damage you can do as long as you're in danger.
It increases your attack power by 2 for every Power Rush badge that you have equipped.
And to explain Awkward Bird, so the sequence is where you are in the game. Certain actions such as opening up doors, hitting levers, collecting items will change your sequence.
Basically, the way I like to think of sequences is like something that entering a room or doing an action that would force a character to say something or force a cutscene to play. That's how I like to think of sequences. Like if your sequence is low and say you enter the first room of Twilight Town, normally the guy would walk up to you and introduce you and tell you about the bell problem. But that cutscene is actually skipped, but your sequence still goes up, and Ben actually hitting that panel, which does increase your sequence.
Good decision to escape the room, not necessarily a good decision for the escape or the sequence.
Yeah, because you can actually reload to the west and just walk through the door. Because that is little tunnel underneath is actually connected by tube mode in the vanilla game. And that's where we go through and ground pound on the panel. And Ben's actually going to go ahead and farm on this Boo, I believe. Maybe he touched the wrong one. I think he touched the wrong one. There's one in here that has 4 guaranteed. Oh, and he fails a runaway by a smidge.
Oh, you're right. Ben's HUD isn't showing up in battle. I just now noticed that. That's terrible.
Because now he's going to have to check check his menu every time. I'm not sure what gave him that bug. I just hope it doesn't affect Ben too much. He's a great player. He may not even need to see it.
But with Chet, you just know you need to super guard everything.
Aquana is still reloading. And he's been set for taking out bosses. I wonder what he's going for. Okay, so he's getting the Quake camera.
I thought he already had one. He did. Unfortunately, I think the pressure might be getting to him a little.
But he does have a low safety net. If he does lose this game, they will move on to game 3. But again, just see his graphics.
Ooh, Aquana. Ooh.
It just makes me so cringy just seeing that, like glitchy graphics in a video game.
Yeah, I think he bought his copy of TTYD from a garage sale.
He downloaded it from
Bendron.com.
So now he does have the Ultra Hammer, so now he can take out Atomic Boo. Looking at the glitchy graphics, it's made me forget what I was about to say.
Chet Rippo is a NPC that can let you swap around your stats.
He can actually drop your HP to 5. Which is essential for power rushes because you don't have to worry about dropping down to danger after leveling up. Maybe the whole world's upside down. It is upside down though.
Ben deciding to run because one Boo had a life shroom.
You do not want to mess around with enemies that have life shrooms. Especially these guys. Boos are not the easiest thing to super guard.
They definitely aren't. You have to pay attention to how they're floating, and it's just it's a mess.
Actually kind of agreeing with Wins here. He is pretty good as far as his setup goes. Like, he spent a lot of time doing this last time, where he spent a lot of time leveling, all the way down till he only had about 27 minutes left. And he lost the run by about 30 points. But that time could have been spent finding bosses.
Absolutely. I believe with that level up, he should just leave it alone. It looks like he might be.
I think he might be behind. Ben left the room a while ago.
Let me check.
And I wonder if, okay, Aquana actually already got that key. So he's going to use that switch for a nice sequence reset. Oh, and he finds Blooper.
A rare find.
That does not happen often. And this is going to put him 4 points ahead of Ben.
Okay. So making sure I'm synced. He's at Blooper and Ben is in Dupla's Trust Room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ben finding... Nope, never mind. It's Mood 00 where you fight Crump. So yeah, Ben actually has to press the start menu to check his stuff. He can't bring down the HUD right now. This is going to cost him a few seconds every time he wants to open that up. And Blooper going down.
Depending on what Ben has to sell, though, it might be all tied up.
Mm-hmm, definitely. Aquana actually does have points from coins, which Ben does not. So that's an area where Ben can easily get some free points.
Ben opting to shop, I'm wondering what he's looking for.
And he, oh my god,
Gold
Aquana actually finds the next very rare boss. This is a Golden Fuzzy.
What is Aquana's luck today?
Two very rare bosses. He found Magnus in the first run. Now he finds Blooper and then Gold Fuzzy right after. We have a funny looking Punio. Oh, he was burnt in the. He was blank in the previous room.
Ooh, and now he can fight Atomic Boo. Free points.
Oh, I didn't know actually grabbing that key upped your sequence in the same room.
I believe having that key is what allows you to fight Atomic Boo. Don't quote me on that though.
Now, as long as your as long as your sequence is high enough, which again, you know, grabbing the key actually ups your sequence. So Aquana getting yet, he's just getting all these. He hasn't gotten like one of the big bosses yet, but he's getting still plenty of points from these little bosses here.
Right, definitely free points. And with it's still not even at 30 minutes yet. Oof, we could see it possibly.
Looking much like the first run.
Ooh, unfortunately failing the super hammer though. Alright, no, I'm sorry. Ugh. I looked away too long. My bad.
It's alright, dude. Wait, it happens to everybody. Oh, and he did. Atomic Boo actually has 40 HP. He does not want to do that. He has P up or P down D up, so he will not deal any damage with ground pound. He would have been better opting just to power bounce it. Well, I'm pretty sure he wanted to save FP so he could have enough for power bounce in his if he comes across a boss. And it's a good thing he actually used the boost sheet there, because that attack does immobilize you, and that would have spelt game over. Ben grabbing the gate handle in this room, and he's going to go ahead and leave.
Good.
I think he's realizing how
bosses. Good.
He's realizing how much time he needs to spend finding bosses this time.
Aquana opting not to sell anything in Goro 1. Then again, I think he's fine on coins.
Yeah, he's really good on coins. Oh, he could be getting 4 more points out of it. And Ben actually finding Magnus too. At the same time, Aquana is actually finding Gloomtail. We're just going to sit through these cutscenes here. Aquana's going to go ahead and he actually does have, he did save that 3 FP to power bounce. He will have to use a boost sheet here to survive to the next turn. That may be good. He may, never mind, he does use a boost sheet. To say he may have used a Mystic Egg and just taken the breath hit. But he decided to use his boost sheet. He has plenty of boost sheets.
Yes, he does.
And both bosses being killed at the exact same time.
With equal cutscenes, roughly.
The thing I hate about Gloomtails, you don't actually get the points till after the shaking stops. There's a run where I did not get those 10 points because I only needed like 2 more seconds for the shaking to stop.
Absolutely. And you know, you also got to remember that key item he has.
That's a free point right after this fight. But it's a key item that you can only get once.
And I do agree. Crump does look like Eggman, kinda.
Oh my god, he so does! You guys just put that image in my head. Oh my god, he totally does. He totally looks like Dr. Robotnik.
Aquana setting a sequence with that switch.
That will allow him to get Chapter 5 bosses now. Not the lowest sequence reset, but it still allows him to potentially fight more bosses. He's gonna go ahead and jump in the water yet again. And Ben finding the super boots.
Ben opting to reload this room. Kind of a questionable decision. But at least he didn't stick around too long.
Ben likes to stick around and reload till he finds an item that he really wants. And Aquana actually gets a blue key room. I wonder if he's actually going to take it, because he just used the sequence reset, and he will.
I really don't blame him. The lower, the better.
So he's going to walk on water here, so casually, just to avoid the enemy.
Ben showing my favorite glitch. And then fighting Grubba, excuse me. Ugh.
Crubba?
Yeah, Grubba.
Clubba Grubba? It's gonna be Grubba with like Crumb's clothes and his mustache.
Let's see what Grubba's powered by today.
And Aquana finds Atomic Boot yet again. Again, both these players finding a boss at the exact same time. Both these runs looking pretty equal this time. Ben having a much better run than he did the first time. So if any mistakes happen, it could cost either player the run.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, Ben finding a boss with the cutscene.
It'll take him much longer to get out of this than it will for Aquana.
So that's 2 atomic boosts for Aquana. Let's see if he can beat my record.
I wonder if he's gonna, yep. Oh, he does have enough attack power to take Atomic Boo out, which is 1 normal jump this time.
Ben with the exciting rotating exclamation point.
It's exciting all over. And Aquana getting into yet another boss fight. He's getting boss fights really quickly, and he's going to switch for Quake Hammer so he can hit all 3 in 1 turn. You don't want to keep Power Bounce on for this, because you have to take out 3 enemies instead of 1. Quake Hammer will get the job done a lot faster. Of course, I still have to do it 2 turns, because he only does about 20 or so damage right now. But all of them have, Dupless and Marilyn have 40, whereas, what's your name? That's always complaining. Always has 30.
I would love to see Aquana with his luck fight a different Shadow Siren fight, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I wonder exactly what he's going to do this fight, because he will have to Quake Hammer twice. And he only has 5 FP.
I believe he has boo sheets.
Is he going to, I wonder if he has any FP items to get that FP back. Without actually increasing Mario's HP.
Yeah, his boo sheet will be fine. Oh wait, you're right though, he does have FP issues.
Because if he can't recover his FP, then that's going to be a turn wasted, because he's going to have to jump on all these manually. Yoshi may go down here.
Ooh, Yoshi falls down with the cursed sister.
And Ben finding Shadow Queen again. This time much more prepared. Yeah, he does not have anything to increase his FP. Although he could use... he can use point swap and just Quake Hammer next turn and fight over.
Assuming Ben wins this fight, which he should. We'll see. Unfortunately, not a tight game, though.
And here's the thing with Aquana. He wanted to use those point swaps to get into danger when he really needed to. Like, between the Grotus and Bowser intermission, if he levels, and on the second, or third, everyone's telling me to say third phase of Shadow Queen, where he gets healed, he will have to use a point swap to actually drop his HP back down to 5.
Ooh,
that's what he wants to save those for.
That is right. Ben is fighting Shadow Queen with no HUD.
I hope he checked his HP beforehand. Well, never mind. He's not Chet. I keep forgetting. He actually got Chet this time. So he should be good. It should be, you know, a normal Shadow Queen fight. Drop Bomb Squad. Use your jump on him. Use your boost sheet. And then second phase is just power bounce. And then use your boost sheet.
Aquana jumping back in the water again.
And the thing I like, a little trick about Shadow Queen, which I love that Ben did here, is if you spread the Bomb Squad out, if it hits her left hand, then it hits another part of her body, it'll actually be 2 text scenes, or 2 text boxes in one turn. Most people just throw them all together, and if it only hits one part of her, it'll do 1 text box, but not the other. It's a little trick. If you spread these out, it'll actually get rid of 2 text boxes in one turn. See, as so, there's 2 text boxes right there, and that's fight over.
Aquana getting Grotus Bowser.
Like, Aquana's run is actually looking really good. He's gonna have well over 100 points with 20 minutes left. And I hate to say it, I really hate to ruin the mood, but Aquana does have some bad luck when it comes to really good runs. So hopefully he can stick with it this time for the remaining 20 minutes of this. Because maybe if he can keep this going, Ben will drop down to losers. Because he cannot lose this one.
Aquana claiming this might be a PB. We will see. He can get a Shadow Queen or Bone Tail. I can see it in the works.
Now, the thing is with Aquana, he's going to be back in... Oh, never mind. He has FP this time. Never mind. I was going to say he only has enough FP for not any more power bounces, but he actually upped his FP that level. But again, now the same situation is going to occur like in the first one, where he's going to have to find a way to drop his FP down before using his point swap if he comes across Shadow Queen. He can't just swap it anymore. And Ben should be taking out Shadow Queen pretty easily. He's got his boost sheet on, he's already done a good amount of damage. So now we're just sitting through some text boxes. And he super guards that lightning. Some style points for Ben there. I want to see Bowser actually use Power Bounce to consistently, jump on you. He does have a stomp move.
That is true. I'd love to see that.
And Aquana actually super guarding that attack. Magic Koopas, I know it's harder for Magic Koopas. For some reason, it seems easier with Cammy, but super guarding their magic attack is no easy feat at all. And Aquana actually getting the level up here. Still a very close game. It's going to be 85 to 113. 115 because of the level up. And this is where you do not want to make a mistake. Both players have very good momentum right now.
Absolutely.
It will go back to what I said earlier about it will be mentally taxing on you if you make a mistake, because you do not want to make a mistake with such a great pace. You do not want to lose that momentum.
Aquana needs to set his sequence bad.
At the same time, Ben found his blue key. So he is set. The difference between him and Aquana is that he does not have to worry about level ups at all. Aquana's resources of getting back down to danger are very limited right now. He cannot spend time reloading shops right now to find more point swaps, unless he comes across Chet and actually takes him this time. So Ben has some time to get some bosses while Aquana is looking for a sequence reset. Unfortunately, Aquana is actually using that staircase reset already. My screen's falling asleep.
Aquana resetting his pace with red key. Ben seeing Chet. Oh no, blue key, excuse me. Been seeing Che for a third time now.
He may run across and get this free point real quick. Yep, and he does like so. We can open the chest. So now they're both back on the same pace. Both have low sequences. But again, you have to be lucky and find a boss. You could go a long time without actually even finding a boss. And not only that, there's also that risk of finding the train station. Aquana getting Grotus right away.
Definitely a fight he wants to see. Might take a little bit, but the 16 points are worth it. And Smorg for Ben.
I'm pretty sure Ben still has a good amount of Thunder Rages, because that was the first boss he had, and he had 4 at the time. But again, for Aquana, we're going to see the same exact situation after this fight, where he's going to have to find something to lower his sequence again. This will be all the way up to 400. He can fight Shadow Queen.
That's about the only boss he can fight, and Atomic Boo and Bone Tail. Always forget to add Bone Tail in there. So we're looking at a really good match. Both players are perfectly set up for anything that comes their way. Of course, Aquana, that's what I mentioned earlier, he only has 1 point swap. If he levels up with between this, he's going to have to find a way to drop back down to danger. No, he's safe. He only has 10 star points. So hopefully, the Grotus X's will attack. Hopefully they do not both go for Aquana. There's one. And the other one will go for him, and he's safe! He will have to Bushied up this turn, because he's going to have to take out one of the Grotus X's. Well, 2 of them, actually, because they will multiply.
And Ben takes out Smorg, and he can move on. We're in a scary situation for Aquana.
Absolutely. And I just realized I'm watching my potential opponents.
Mm-hmm. Whoever drops down to losers, I'm not sure who's going to face for him. Mm-hmm. How do you feel? Who do you want to go up against? You want to go up against Ben or Aquana?
I would take neither. But
you have to, man. It's a part of being in tournaments.
You're right. I don't know.
Aquana's saving that. He does not have to take out more than one. He uses Vivian instead to take out one. And thank goodness she survived.
So to answer your question from the chat, if he would have took Shay, he would be able to be permanently in danger.
Since Aquana opted to not take Chet instead of get point swaps, he's in kind of an awkward situation where if he only kept his max FP at 5, he can immediately use point swap with his partner to immediately put Mario in danger. But he upped his FP to be able to use power bounce more often. But because of that, he has to worry about dropping his FP low enough to actually use set point swaps. And again, he only has 1 right now.
But he should be able to get past this fight really easily. Now that he's all set up once again.
And to answer another question, Chet showed up for him. He just chose not to use them.
Mm-hmm.
And this is really intense. We're really getting down to the wire here.
Less than 15 minutes. Still anyone's game, though.
And Ben finally gets back to Gore 1. Because I think he still has to get his coins, and he still gets the Super Hammer. Ultra Hammer, rather.
Mega. No, I'm kidding.
Mega Hammer.
And Knuckles. What? No.
Mega Hammer and Knuckles.
So he's actually going to buy the contact lens before selling badges, because you want to make sure you don't want to have to buy the contact lens and sell something for 10 coins to get that point back. You may as well just buy it before hopping up the stairs.
Been doing real good, unfortunately, with that disadvantage, though. I mean, I don't know. I couldn't play with that HUD. Better player than I am, for sure.
I'm gonna feel bad for Ben. This is how I lost my second match against Aquana. He just got so insanely lucky in the last 20 minutes, and that's how I lost my second match. I mean, there's no telling how the third match would have gone if we got to a game 3, but that's how I lost the second match against him. He's actually getting into a pit room. Very easy one, so there should be no troubles here. No worries about leveling up either, as he will only get one, he may actually take this chance to get into danger, come to think of it. If he takes a moment to let all of them hit him, that's 4 damage, and he's not going to. Well, he's going to have to now. Never mind. Background finished him off. If I were in his position, I would have taken that chance to take 4 damage to get into Power Rush before moving on.
Absolutely.
Because that's the thing with Aquana in both of these runs, is he's been risking trying to find other ways to get into danger, and Ben coming across Atomic Boo. Closing the gap. The gap will only be closed to only 12 points once he kills this. And Aquana still has to find a sequence reset.
Right, I mean, because right now it's Bone Tail or Shadow Queen. Or Atomic Boo, technically.
Aquana gonna go ahead and grab this free point. Hopping on Yoshi, which I do the same all the time. Pressing the wrong button. And is he gonna fight these guys? No, because they're not there. I wonder if he was just gonna take the last 11 minutes to just level farm it out to get as many points as he could. Of course, that will not leave him as many points as he could have gotten, but he does not have many sequence resets left. He's using up quite a lot of them, outside some cursed key chests, and then another pit room.
Ooh, bad luck for Aquana. We might see round 3, and I'm hoping we do.
This is stalling for time. This may,
Ooh,
he's gonna take that hit. He's gonna get into Power Rush this time. And did Ben, I think Ben put on his multi-bounce for this. He did.
Smart.
This is gonna be much easier to get this done than Aquana would, for sure. But they're both in Power Rush now, so Power Rush is not an issue. The only issue now for Aquana is, of course, if he does get Shadow Queen, how is he going to make it past the phases? He does not have a Bushi. He doesn't have Point Swap either. He would actually have to say no. He can't take Shadow Queen right now.
And here's where you always want to make sure you're good on items, because you can use up all your items through the run, and at the last little bit you won't have the resources you need.
It's looking like a possible game 3. Aquana is going to take whatever points he can get. And unfortunately for him, I'm pretty sure he was going to level farm it out, because I'm pretty sure he realized how many little sequence resets he had. But unfortunately, since he's already passed Magnus 2, the X-Nauts won't even be in the fortress anymore.
Been needing 2 bosses at this point.
He has plenty of time to find bosses. And he's going to take this curse key, or black chest. And he actually does have ice power.
Very good setup there.
I forgive Ben for being confused about why he got it earlier. That was perfect for this fight, specifically.
He must be looking in the spoiler log for the seed, quote unquote. And of course, we don't actually have seeds, thankfully.
It's all just random.
And leveling up, closing the gap even more.
And I'm just gonna like make a very tiny rant here. Like randomizers with seeds, when people use the same seed to play, in my personal opinion, like this has nothing to do with the current, tournament that we're watching, but it's a lot more exciting knowing you're not knowing what each player is gonna get. You can't see some player find something on one screen, only to know that that player is gonna come across on the second side without actually knowing it. It makes it a lot more exciting. You have no idea what's gonna happen. We have no idea what's gonna happen. We really don't.
We can only guess. With the knowledge we know, we can kind of make some educated ones, but you never know what's going to happen. Runners now exactly 10 points apart.
That is just a single boss away. But Ben's only a single boss away from tying this back up. And he has the sequence to do it. Aquana not grabbing. Oh, he already has a follower already.
It wouldn't hurt my feelings to see Ben get Shadow Queen at this point. He has enough time.
Ooh, and he can pass. He can pass Aquana with this.
Even better, not Shadow Queen.
And Ben can take the lead off this. All he has to do is take his time and make sure he actually kills these. No mistakes here.
He's under a lot of pressure, but there is no reason to rush this. Of course, we may come down to the wire where it's depending on who grabs key items. Aquana's just opening up the gap a little bit more. Well, once Ben closes this, it's going to be Aquana's turn to make the lead come back. And Ben does not actually have to use... He only needs to destroy one of them.
Thing is, though, a bomber, you can't bomb those things.
Oh, he can?
As far as I understand. Oh, Ben finding a crystal star.
Oh no!
Or Aquana.
He does not do enough damage to take him out with a regular jump. And he does not super guard it. Oh, Ben.
My heart.
Ben. That's one of the moments where you always want to make sure you actually power bounce and actually get the boss. If you have any doubts in your mind that you do not have enough power. Not like this, Ben. No.
I just noticed Ben is not updated to the newest version either. He needs... Oh, if we can see a Shadow Queen at the last minute.
That's what he can hope for right now. If he gets Shadow Queen, he can still pull ahead by 5 points. But there's still plenty of time for this. No reason to count Ben out just yet.
No, absolutely.
He would have had a comfortable lead, but there's still time to take that lead back. Aquana's been ahead both games.
Aquana visiting Magnus 2.0 to realize there's no one home.
Mm-hmm. And now we get to look at that -5 for the rest of the run. Ben, turn that off. Turn it off. We don't want to see that.
Oh, Aquana getting a curse key.
Mm-hmm. He's opening up that gap even more.
Ben needs a key item and a Shadow Queen to tie this up. Unfortunately, one more minute and Shadow Queen will take too long.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, even if he does get Shadow Queen, he'll still need one more point to tie it up now.
So I do got to say, both these runners are fantastic runners. I'm going to hate going up against either of them.
They are really fantastic runners. They've gotten no personal best for a reason. Now here we are in the same exact situation as last time. Ben needs a few bosses to get that lead back. Will luck be on his side this time?
On the same token, if Aquana can get Bone Tail and one more boss, he could PB here. Finally ending that three-way tie he's at.
Well, Pindo, these players actually do not know where each other are.
That is true.
These players have no idea what the score is on the other side. Besides, as we keep saying over and over again, anything can happen in these randomizers.
Aquana finding Atomic Boo again.
Yep.
I believe this is 3 times in one run.
Mm-hmm. This may be the end of it for Ben. He may drop down to losers after this. And he was on such a good momentum too. Like I said, one mistake can throw off your momentum entirely. Since that one mistake, he has not found another boss yet. Oh, and he has a lucky day. Is it gonna proc? Okay, it does not.
That would be funny.
No, it would not.
Oh, it would be hilarious.
Poor Aquana. I mean, he does have boost sheets, so...
He's so close to PBing, he can taste it.
And unfortunately, Ben's sequence is too high to actually fight the Shadow Steins there, but he does get Atomic Boo. Man, had he not gotten that death there, we would have been really close right now.
If he didn't have that death, he'd be in the lead after this fight.
He has way more than enough BP to, like, use power bounces. BP, FP. Why do I keep mispronouncing things? Is way more than enough. He can power bounce anything in the game he wants to right now. It does not take much more time than a normal jump.
Opting to, well, I mean, I guess you can kill him one hit, so I understand opting to just about regular bounce him. Aquana getting Cortez.
Another boss. He is just... This ain't even about the tournament anymore. He just wants that PB so bad. And I can understand, when you're so close to a personal best, it's exciting. It's extremely exciting.
Right, because his heart, I guarantee his heart's racing because this is a tournament and he's on PB pace. Spicy.
And Cortez goes down, and he actually gets an extra 2 points because of that level up. I'm wondering if he'll actually be able to take out more bosses.
Can Ben get 1 in 17,000?
That would be extremely, extremely good for him. I mean, even
for
so,
John 06.
Even so, he would still be behind by 7 points right now. But still, it wouldn't. Just Bone Tail for the stream.
Absolutely. Bone Tail for the hype.
And Aquana is actually having a great run. This has been a great run. It didn't get destroyed like the last one did. He's been getting a lot of great runs recently. Even on when he streams this, he's been getting great runs back to back. He's been prepared. He's been practicing for this a lot.
Absolutely. I'm going to have to leave here and do my homework after this. Get our ready for losers. Oh. Unless we see a miracle.
You're gonna have to go against Ben, man. You best be prepared.
Aquana's PB is a three-way tie for 185.
He has 40 seconds.
Oh.
Oh, and he finds Smorg! Can you take out Smorg in 30 seconds, though? The cutscenes in this boss actually do not take nearly as long as the other ones. All it says is Smorg, and then the battle begins.
Ben fighting Grotus again.
Oh, you wanna know what's sad is if he actually beat Grotus and Bowser and Camp, well, never mind. Had he actually beaten him the first time, it would have taken an extra minute. But he would have gotten the extra 8 points from Grotus from the time remaining. Still, though, Aquana's run has been, like, very, very good this time.
Oh, boy.
Unfortunately, Aquana looks like he's going to time out.
Yeah, he's going to time out before the boss.
Okay, now Aquana's run's over and he can talk, but please don't. Ben has 50 more seconds.
Not a problem.
Oh, Ben's HUD's back. I just noticed.
Oh, wow, it's actually got fixed. When did that get fixed?
I guess when he died, question mark?
Yeah, that's exactly when it got fixed. He's actually going to power bounce Grotus this time.
I'm hearing nothing but Smorg through my ears right now.
At least Smorg didn't say his name like a Pokemon or something.
Get
Yeah. Too bad he doesn't do that.
Smorg extended for 10 hours.
Oh my god. I'm gonna be hearing this in my freaking sleep.
Relaxing beats or hip-hop beats to relax and study to. 10 hours of Smorg.
Oh, time up.
Time up for Ben. Ben got a 144 this time. And Aquana, you have won this one.
Yay. I saw that he was keeping it really, really close. Like, what happened?
He had a really heartbreaking moment. He opted for a normal jump on Grotus, not knowing that he only did 20 damage each jump instead of power bouncing on him. So he actually died to Grotus.
Oh no!
And I also feel bad because he had no HUD during his run.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Ben, it was very heartbreaking to see you do that normal jump, man. We all felt it. We all felt the pain when that happened.
I mean, I couldn't because I couldn't.
Yeah, you couldn't because you couldn't.
Ben, do you want to join the VC?
Yeah, come join the VC.
I was want to say that's another 2-0 for Aquana. You have yet to lose a single match.
I'm shocked, honestly. I thought I'd be kicked out like the first round. But here we are.
Don't underestimate yourself, dude. You've been doing really well. Even in your practice runs, you've been doing really well.
I thought that run was gonna flop. And then I got Blooper, Gold Fuzzy, and Atomic Boo back to back. Like, what the heck?
That was amazing. So, like, as soon as you reset your sequence, you get two bosses that you rarely ever see.
Exactly. Yes, many effeminate-sounding men run this.
Funny enough, I've actually not heard the game at all because I've had my volume muted the entire time.
I'm a very effeminate-sounding man. I will agree.
Ben,
dude, what happened, man? Lay it on me,
dude.
Vent to Uncle Aquana.
We had a heartbreaker in the first match and a heartbreaker in the second match, man. Oh,
dude, like from what it sounded like in the chat, it looked like Ben had this, and I was like, okay, well, I might as well just finish it out. And then all of a sudden, Atomic Boo happens, and then
The
Or
run
does
would have been
happen.
extremely close. It would have been extremely close.
Okay, so I almost made a decision to get the Riverside Station key. Had I done that, I would have lost out on the 10 points from Cortez.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna chance it, and yeah.
Just out of curiosity,
it was a good choice.
Out of curiosity, I noticed you reloaded to the west in AGI 13 with 11 minutes left and checked to see if the PhD was there. Was that to get into a Power Rush by any chance? Or was it to grind out levels? So I'm pretty sure you were already in Power Rush to begin with.
I think it was, yeah, I wanted to try to like get into danger mode. Because his potion does 4 damage, and then usually it does burn damage, so it's +1.
I just realized my mic was muted.
Sorry,
And I also just noticed something. Aquana did this whole run without Chet's help at all.
Yeah.
Screw you, Chet. I had it. He had his chance. He had his chance.
You had your chance. You gave up on the poor man. He's just standing there wanting to help you out.
I had 33 coins.
You only had 33?
I had 33, and that's why I couldn't do it.
We all thought you just like gave up on the guy.
Oh, why would I ever do that?
Shrug.
You should have
Like,
up.
why would I do that on purpose?
Shrug.png. Ben, man. How'd you feel after you like normal jumped on Grotus?
I'm gonna explain that actually. It's not that I didn't want to do the normal jump, is I'm use my attack against Grotus is 26. Because I usually have 3 more Power Rush.
Oh, so you were miscounting how many Power Rushes you had this time.
Yeah, I knew I only had 9, but when I came against him I realized, oh shit. Like before I jump, I was right. I only have 9. I already knew it was 10.
We all felt it, man. The whole chat was just upset at that. They were like, "Not like this, dude." The entire time it was so
Dude,
close.
I saw that, and I'm like, uh-oh, something happened.
Like, had you beaten both of them, that would have given you the lead for a little bit. That would have put you ahead of Aquana.
I'm pretty sure, like, before that happened, that was PB pace for me, and my PB is 174, so
Dang.
that would have probably... But I don't know. After that, I didn't get any chance to lower my sequence, though, so...
Right, that's a good idea. You could watch the VOD. I think maybe in the future, I know I was going to do this before, but maybe in the future I was thinking of making a video explaining like this randomizer and everything about it, like how it works, how points work. So like we have something to link to people when they ask like, what the heck is going on, you know?
Fat Guy's the only guy we have for videos. Someone else has to make something.
I know. The only problem is, like, whenever I make YouTube videos, people just comment on it saying, be quiet.
Shut up, nerd.
No,
Sorry,
like, they're just literally spouting the 2014 meme that never gets old or stale. Y'all know what I mean. I don't need to say it.
When's our next match, by the way? I know there's none tomorrow, right? But I think there's one today.
I don't.
No, there's one tomorrow, actually.
Is there?
There's another round one between I think,
today, anyway.
Yoshi and Frog.
Haha, give sec. Haha, get it? Yeah, funny joke. Hilarious. Hot. Okay.
We often
So who's the match tomorrow?
Yoshi and someone.
Yeah, it's Frog, I think so.
Oh, Epic Yoshi versus.
all right, yeah.
And then sometime next week it's gonna be me and Ben. And I'm
I
terrified.
haven't seen a single match of wins or Gip stack.
I'm gonna have to wait until someone else gets knocked down to losers for my next match.
Wait, if I win against Jake, would I land against you?
I'm in round 2, yeah. I faced Anti, so I'm sitting in round 2 waiting for somebody.
Wait, I need to.
Oh, you guys are round 2. Well, excuse me. Sorry, you guys are so special. You guys just go to round 2.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, if you guys want to start putting in your Twitch channels? Because we do stream this on our streams very often.
Oh yeah,
You
I
want to
do.
catch us?
And I don't want to like plug myself too much because yeah, we like honestly, I think a lot of the recognition has to go to the people at Speed Gaming for allowing us to actually bring this to you guys. At first, like we were kind of apprehensive about it, and we didn't exactly know how well it would be received. Seeing as though it's not exactly an RTA speed run, more or less, it's more like a score attack sort of thing. But yeah, no, they allowed us to do this, and they're allowing us to give you basically all the culmination of our community's hard work.
Everyone's PB has been 1 hour.
I know. Isn't that amazing?
Of 1 hour.
Every single person's PB is an hour. It's amazing.
Exactly 1 hour.
I do want to give a shout out to Silverlight being his first night for commentary. You did really well, man.
Thank
dang.
you so much.
Yeah,
this is my
congrats,
first night
man.
commentating. I hope you all enjoyed it. I've always wanted to sit in front of a mic and like commentate on a game.
I'm have to go back and rewatch the commentary for real.
I'm not sure if I want to see me fail again.
Just to see what you guys commented on my stupid mistakes.
Trust me, we've
Will
pointed
anyone
out a
stay
lot of
streaming
stuff.
after this ends? Normally I would, Baster, but I also don't want to take viewers from Speed Gaming's channel. But in any case, I might stream tomorrow. I don't know when. I don't get home until 10 or 11 again, so probably might be late.
I have a schedule on my
but yeah,
stream,
also go follow dalerben. You stream, right? Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So I'm not just blowing smoke. Yeah, go follow dalerben.
Just don't count on me to make a schedule.
Dude, it's so hard to make a schedule with like a busy work life, you know?
I work mornings. Like my schedule's static. That's literally the only reason why I have a schedule.
I wish my schedule was static. It's
Also
changed ever since I started working there.
I believe Ben also speedruns Mario Party. So if anyone ever wants to watch Mario Party being speedrun, he also does that as well.
Oh, before we go, we need to plug the community Discord as well. Guys, definitely join in the TTYD Randomizer Discord. A lot of cool things there. We've got bingo there. We've got all kinds of different things. Updates are going out all the time, so if you want to be the first person to know about which updates are coming out, they're posted there usually first.
Twitch partners be like, I stream too much. I don't have enough time to make a schedule.
Hey, listen. It's like the opposite for me right now. I'm a Twitch partner.